Hi there, welcome you all to the SickBiker outdoor studio. Today we are doing 5 MTB skills drills for beginners. These technique drills will give you more balance and control over your bike in the technical terrain. Exercise number 1, balancing on your bike over the front wheel and over your rear wheel. The beginner mountain bikers will be surprised that you can really move your body all the way to the front and you're not gonna do the OTB, so you're not gonna go over the bars because the bike is pretty stable in this case. Also, you will be surprised when moving your butt absolutely extremely to the back over your rear wheel, you are still not falling down to the back. You will also notice in that position that still lifting the front wheel is not that easy, so the bike is pretty stable. Why do we do it? Because on the steep climbs and steep descents we need to move the center of our weight either over the front axle or the rear axle so that we have the best traction and we feel the balance of the bike. The beginner mountain bikers will feel pretty stiff on the bike, rather just sitting on the saddle. So we are learning here to move the weight extremely to the front, extremely to the rear. You will be able to touch the front wheel with the dash of your helmet. You can even touch the front tire with your tongue. Maybe don't do it, but this is possible and still the bike will be pretty stable and predictable in steering. Exercise number 2 means leaning your bike and balancing to the right side of your bike and to the left side of the bike. Why do we do it? It will teach us subconsciously to have the right position when hitting the corner. One of the most common mistakes of the beginner mountain bikers is that we lean with our whole body instead of leaning the bike only. So here once more, we don't want to be stiff, we want to have control over the bike, we want to feel free to lean the bike and understand what's happening to the bicycle. Also, watch what I'm doing with the pedals. When taking the right corner, the right pedal goes up. When taking the left hand side corner, the left pedal goes up. It's not the 100% case that we do it in this way, but we have to subconsciously know what to do with the pedals when hitting the corners or taking the turn. When having the pedal really low and then leaning the bike towards that side of the pedal, which is at the bottom, is really dangerous because we can easily hit the ground and crash. Exercise number 3 means lifting the front wheel. Why do we need to learn that? We don't want to hit any obstacles when we are riding through the technical terrain, and so lifting the front wheel, or at least taking the weight off the front wheel, will help us a lot. As you will notice, we can lift the front wheel in 2 ways. The first one means preloading and then the front wheel will easily go up, and the second one is the first phase of the so-called wheelie. And yes, this exercise will prepare you pretty well to do some really nice wheelies. Exercise number 4, braking with the front brake. Yes, we need to make friend with the front brake. Let's make an easy test here. Speed up to, let's say, 20 km per hour and then brake with the rear brake only. Then brake with the front brake only, and finally brake with both brakes. You will see the distance your bike makes when using either rear, front or both brakes. You will see that the rear brake only is a crap. The bike doesn't want to stop. The front brake is way better. Just be very careful if it is not a tarmac. If there is not good traction, it's easy to lose it, and if the front wheel loses the traction, it can be dangerous. But finally, braking with the 2 brakes is the best way and the only way in most of the cases in the technical terrain for MTB riders. So that's what we're gonna learn here. As you can see here on the tarmac, moving my body extremely backwards helps with the rear wheel, and then the distance I'm making when braking is the shortest, so the best. Once you start braking with the front wheel, you will see that the rear wheel can easily go up, which is kind of a fun, and then you can just on the way in this process learn some nice trick. You stop on the front wheel, the rear wheel goes up, and then you pedal with your crankset, then the wheel goes down and you go further. It's really easy trick, nice looking, really good for beginner cyclists. And finally, the fifth exercise, which will be super helpful on the switchbacks when you need to do something with the rear wheel so that your bike will actually make it through some tight corners. It is the endo. I would say this is the first step of learning how to endo. Try to do the U-turn and count how many times you need to do the trick. So you brake with the front wheel and try to brake your bike turning. Let's say 4 such a brakes for 1 U-turn for the beginner mountain bikers will be just okay, but eventually you will learn to do it just with 1 braking. So these were the 5 exercises that will really help you to be faster and safer on some nice technical tracks, or maybe during the MTB races. Thanks for watching, see you there!